Coming at you from the Evil Monkey Arcade, this is Dustin with another episode of Dustin Recommends. I've got a strange little flick for you today, boys and girls, and not strange in my general. This is a bizarre movie that has really weird themes and is really obscure. This is more bizarre as it doesn't really know what it wants to be. Yeah. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. This little flick is called Detention of the Dead. And as you would think, this is a zombie movie set in a high school. Now, the interesting thing about this movie is that it basically is trying to be the American Pie of the zombie genre. Does it work? Sometimes. Was it necessary? Not really. Mainly because there are just so many better zombie horror movies out there, and so many better zombie comedies out there. Now, this is serviceable. It is enjoyable. I will give it that. But it kind of falls flat on a few different things. Mainly, and y'all have heard me bitch about this 1,000 times, but overuse of bad CGI. Why? Why? This is a zombie movie. Zombies. You're not talking about demons or freaking flying creatures or weird mythological or godlike things. They're zombies. They're guys in makeup. You can do every single thing you can with computer effects better with practical effects. And that's my only real gripe with this movie, and it kind of took me out of it. There were some times when it was just so blatantly obvious. You were just like, really? This could have been done with a physical effect, probably cheaper and better. I mean, it is paying homage to the old zombie flicks. So they could have done that better by using the old school techniques. But they didn't. They chose to use blood splatter here, computerized blood splatter here, weird digital effects for certain gore things, which really was not necessary. That's my major gripe with the movie, but it's not really deterring me from watching it again. Alright, enough about the bad stuff. Let's talk about the good stuff. Now, like I said, this is a zombie comedy. And the main characters, actually, besides one, kind of takes this whole zombie apocalypse thing really well. You know, it's kind of like if you remember back in high school, which some of us, the older guys, were here before the whole zombie thing got really started, and it wasn't really that big when we were going to high school. But we can look back and think, if a zombie apocalypse happened, oh yeah, I would kick ass in that. That's basically what this is doing. I mean, it is a fun movie. It has fun with itself. It does not take itself seriously at all. At all. To the point where one of the main characters is basically doing a commentary on everything that zombie movies kind of sort of were doing commentary on in, you know, back in the early days when they first started with the whole human nature and who are the real monsters with the original Night of the Living Dead, to the rampant consumerism of that with, I believe, Dawn of the Dead, and that kind of stuff. But it doesn't go too seriously, and it doesn't go that route, which I applaud. Very good. It's very easy to turn a zombie flick into this political statement, which they avoided doing. They just wanted to have a good time, and it shows. Now, as for the comedy aspects of this movie, there were a few times when I really did laugh out loud. Like, just couldn't stop. And it's probably because I'm an immature kid, and I found it to be hilarious. But okay, I thought some of the American Pie movies were funny. And since this is basically the American Pie of the zombie movies, cut me some slack. Now, like I was talking about the special effects, when they were done right, they were done very well. The zombies, although, you know, there's only so much you can do with a zombie to give it the unique personalities here and there, but when they were actually using the practical effects, very good. Very nice, actually. And there was one really good gore gag involving a flute that I'm not going to spoil for you, but was just hilarious, and I loved it. Just perfect. And the use of just obvious puppets were there every once in a while, which again kind of confuses me. Sometimes they went with so old school practical that it was obviously going, look, this is fake. And then they would go with a CGI, which is, well, maybe they were going for that fake CGI look, but somehow I doubt it. But when the gore effects were done right, they were done well, and it was very much enjoyable. When the comedy was done right, it was done well, which there are a few times. And there's other times where, like the gore, it kind of falls flat. But when it was done right, it was done very well. And for all of us zombie movie lovers out there, you will find so many little nods here and there to other zombie movies, which I spotted about 14. And I know there's got to be more, because this was a love affair with zombie movies. I mean, that's with whoever made this, that's what they were going for, and they did a pretty serviceable job. Now, as for the Dustin recommends part, does Dustin recommend you watch this? That depends. Do you like immature humor? Check. You do? Okay. Do you like gore? Check. Okay. Do you like obviously stereotypical characters doing the obvious thing during a zombie apocalypse? Check. You'll love this movie. By all means, go out and buy it. For the rest of us, I would recommend renting it, streaming it, borrowing it from a friend, which, by the way, I have it. You need to borrow it. Let me know. But it's entertaining. It is entertaining. I did find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would, but you're also talking to the guy who enjoyed the hell out of Basket Case. So, yeah, let that be a word to you. All right, boys and girls. Well, that's it for this episode. And by all means, leave me a comment or something. Maybe you think that I would like to watch and kind of recommend if y'all would like it or not. Give me a holler, give me a shout out, give me a comment. All right, boys and girls. I will see you cats and kittens later.